Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
I'm Janina.
Janina.
Yes,
Nice
this is
to
my
meet
first interview like this, so
Yeah?
I'm sorry if I'm really
Oh,
nervous.
not at all.
Is it okay if we take a selfie?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Oh yeah,
Easy.
can we have a selfie?
Yeah, you bet.
Thank you. So, I want to start with a very hard question.
Okay.
So I know that a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears went through making this film.
Mm-hmm.
How does your suit smell like right now?
You know, thankfully there's more than one.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and they do have to clean it. It's not so easy. But they don't really smell as bad as you would think. But
Okay,
it's
that's
mainly like a leather.
Okay.
Yeah. But
That's good to know.
yeah, it's a great question. No one has ever asked me that question. Yeah.
Well, we want to know. You know, I'm sure you prepared a lot for this movie, maybe physically, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into it. And I want to ask you this very serious question. What does your suit smell like now?
That's a great question. Oh my God, that was one of the things I asked them at the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you clean this?
Yeah,
Like, what do
right.
you do? And apparently every night they take the suit and they spray the inside of it with alcohol.
Okay.
Pure alcohol,
Okay.
and hang it up with fans blowing up inside of it.
That makes sense.
I have to be honest, I never smelled anything in that suit, so they do an incredible job
Oh.
because, of course, you get pretty sweaty in there.
That's good.
Although they keep the stage so cold.
Really?
This
So
will
there's no
surprise you
sweat
to
that
know
goes
I
on?
was almost never sweaty in my suit.
Interesting.
Only when I was fighting. Otherwise, not at all. I was so
Oh.
cold.
Okay, so you were able to co-write and produce this movie. Well, do you think that there's a little bit of Paul in you know, Ant-Man's character?
I think that there absolutely is.
Yeah.
You gave her wings and blasters. So I take it you didn't have that tech available for me?
No, I did.
You know, I kind of approach it all from the perspective of a parent,
Yeah.
more than a superhero in a way.
Okay.
It's like a parent that happens to be a superhero, and so because I'm writing and I think of a joke or something, it was probably something that I would think of in my own life.
Yeah.
And
Like a dad joke.
yeah, which I'm full of those. But I think that the line, while there are some differences, certainly differences. I tend to try and make it more of a relatable
Yeah.
person, and my default by
That's
doing that is dealing with my own things and try and bring myself to it as much as possible.
Yeah, that's great. So were you able to bring anything home from the set?
Well, they're pretty good at keeping tabs on all this stuff.
Any Hello Kitty trinkets, the giant ones?
No, but you know what I did get, which I got a helmet.
Oh, you got
I didn't
that.
get anything from the first movie, but they gave me the helmet.
The Ant-Man helmet. That's really cool.
So it's really, I mean, I treasure it. It is pretty cool, and I never get used to it. It's like, oh my god, here it is. There's the helmet.
So like you wear it in your house now.
My
It's just
son's
like-
my son's friends have come over,
Really?
and they say, "Can I try on the helmet?" I'm always putting
Oh wow.
these kids.
So your character is him, and of course you Evangeline.
Hope Van Dyne.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I didn't take my dad's name.
Oh, okay, got it. So do you think you have any similar attributes in any way?
Yeah, and I think that will be very apparent in this film. You know, Hope and Hank are both very serious, very calculated people who put their minds before their hearts.
Okay.
And I think that's something that has hurt Hope in the past, but is also something, as does happen to many of us, that she has taken on and become like her father in that way. And in this movie, we're going to see her battle with that and face that part of herself that is very much like her father.
If I'm not mistaken, you're one of the first female superheroes in the MCU to be on the title of the movie. How does that feel like?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's an incredible honor and something that I'm very proud to do.
I'm sure.
And you know, hope I do it justice, and especially because there are so many other incredible women in the MCU that could be doing their own standalone films and carrying this mantle, and the fact that it's me means that I just have to make sure that it's done right.
Yeah. So that's great that you got to take something home. Is there something that you want the viewers to take home from the movie? Any like lessons or something that?
There's no real lessons, I think, that I ever expect any viewer, like, oh, I hope somebody gets something out of this. I just want them to enjoy themselves, and I always hope with our film that they find it funny, and but that they care about these characters, and they find themselves emotionally invested in the relationships, and that both things coexist in a good way. That they don't feel out of sorts with anything else, and that it makes sense and it exists in this larger world because it certainly is a part of it.
Yeah, that's cool because you have a new connection now with the father and the daughter thing. That's
the whole thing with kind of relationships with parents and children, is a theme that runs through this film and the first one too.
Yeah, that's really cool. So how is it? Do you think that you're gonna be in the next Infinity War movie, or can we expect that from you?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say, what I'm not allowed to say, so I just don't say anything.
Okay, that's a good choice. Is there anything that you'd like to give, like a message of just bravery and just strength that you'd like to impart on like the millennials or like my generation?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that I'm going to sound like I'm, beating an old drum because I've been saying this and saying this and saying this, but it's important to me to remind women that our strength doesn't come from behaving like men or repeating the mistakes that men have made in the patriarchy by being violent and beating each other up, and that does, just being violent doesn't make you strong. That's not the point of these superhero movies for the men or the male or female characters. The point of these superhero movies and the bravery comes from doing what needs to be done, even in the face of what you are most afraid of, and using your intelligence and using your empathy and using your goodness and your kindness to do what's right, even in the scariest of times, and no matter what the sacrifice. And I think that for young people, it might be easy sometimes for that message to get lost in the glamour of the fighting. And the fighting is fun, and we like it, and it's entertaining, but the messages behind that fight are so important.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
It
was so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I really
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.